lesson, that is winds, storm and cyclones. So before going to start our concept, just we will discuss about the air and the atmosphere. As we know, Earth is surrounded by the atmosphere from all sides. Here, atmosphere is nothing but the mixture of gases. The atmosphere, 78% of nitrogen is present, 21% of oxygen, 0.04% of carbon dioxide, and the remaining inert gases they are present. These all gases we can consider as the atmosphere. And also we have learnt in the last classes, that is air has a weight and it will be exerts pressure. This is called as the atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by the atmosphere on the surface of Earth we can consider as the atmospheric pressure. Okay, the pressure exerted by the air on the atmosphere we can consider as the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so as we know, atmospheric pressure it will be exerts on the Earth. Nothing but we are also living on the Earth, right? Does the pressure exerts on us also? Yes, of course. Air pressure it will be exerts on the living and non-living things, means it will be exerts on us also. Then what is the standard value of the atmospheric pressure? Standard value of atmospheric pressure is 14.7 pounds per square inch. Means per each square inch it will be equal to the 14.7 pounds. This much of air pressure it will be exerts per square inch. Okay, every square on the surface of our body it will feels the 14.7 pounds. Means on our body, for every square inch, suppose if we consider for every square inch of our body we are feeling the 14.7 pounds of the atmospheric pressure. Then what about the whole body? See, whole of the body it will be exerts pressure. It is very heavy. Here 150 pounds of air pressure it will be exerts on the hand only. Overall our body, how much air pressure it will be exerts? It's like holding a small car on the head alone. So just how much of air pressure it will be exerts on your body means you are holding a small car on your head. So how much it will be heavy? That much of air pressure it will be exerts on us. Then we are not feeling this air pressure, right? So that much of heavy air pressure it will be exerts on us, but we won't feel. So why does we won't feel this air pressure? Here, this is a reason, that is atmospheric pressure present outside the body is equal to the air pressure present inside of our body. It is nothing but the air pressure present inside the body it will be pulling outwards. Okay, the air pressure present outside of our body it will be pushing inwards. Air pressure inside the body it is equal to the air pressure outside the body. So they will be cancel each other. So we are not feeling any force. Okay, we are not exerting any air pressure. Suppose sometimes air pressure inside of our body may not be equal to the air pressure outside of our body. Then to maintain the air pressure, type of the tissues they are present in our body. Those tissues they are maintaining the air pressure inside of the body, which is exactly equal to the air pressure outside the body. Because of this reason only we are not feeling the air pressure that it will be exerts on us. Now we will move on to the next, that is characteristics of the air. There are few characteristics of air we are going to discuss in this lesson. See, those are the air exerts pressure, air expands on heating and contracts on cooling. Next one, high speed winds are accompanied by the reduced air pressure and the hot air is lighter than the cold air. So these are the few characteristics of the air. So these characteristics we are going to discuss in this lesson. As we have discussed about the air it can move in any direction, right? Then what do you mean by the winds then? Here winds is nothing but the air, if it is moving in a particular direction we can consider as the wind. Might have heard news about the cyclones, thunderstorms that will be caused by the movement of the air. So if the direction of the air it is moving in a particular direction we can consider as the wind. So wind it may be causes the cyclones, it may causes the thunderstorms. We are going to discuss in this lesson. Might have heard about the cyclone affected on the Orissa. So in the year of 1999, October month, Orissa was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of 200 km per hour. This cyclone smashed the 45,000 houses and making the people homeless. The same year, again the Orissa was hit by the another one cyclone, that is with a wind speed of 260 km per hour. This cyclone, it will be accompanied in the water. It will be rises the water level up to the 9 height. It will be smashed everything. Thousands of people, they have lost their homes. They have lost their lives, properties, and it will be destroy the agricultural field. Everything it will be destroyed. So how does this cyclone, it will be occur when the wind, it will be moving in a particular direction. So these all we will discuss in this lesson. So now we are going to discuss about the characteristics of the air. We are going to discuss about the characteristics of air one by one. Let's discuss the first characteristics of air, that is air exerts pressure. Discuss these characteristics of air by doing one of the activity, that is activity 8.1. To do this activity, we need the tin can and water. Take a tin can with the lid. Fill approximately half of the water in the tin can. Heat the tin can till water starts to boil. When water starts to boil, blow out the flame and take outside the tin can. Then you immediately close the lid of the tin can. After, you have to pour the cold water over the tin can. You might have observed, when you are pouring the cold water, the tin can, it will be crushed inwards. So why does it will be crushed inwards after pouring the cold water? Now let's discuss what it will happens when you are filling the half of the tin can with water. So here half of the tin can, it is having the water. Then what about the remaining space? Here remaining space, it is having the air. When you are heating, water starts to boil. Nothing but here water is converted into steam. Evaporation process is taking place here, right? So when water is converted into steam, later we are closing the lid. So after closing the lid, you are pouring the cold water over the tin can. So in the second case, what it will happen? Here water is converted into steam, right? Evaporation process is taking place here. Then in third case, what it will happen? When you are closing the lid, later you are pouring the cold water. Nothing but here condensation process is taking place. Here steam is converted into water droplets. So when steam is converted into water again, here the water, it will be occupying this bottom of the tin can. Then what about this space? Here this space is empty. Empty space is created in this region. Vacuum is created in the empty space. So the air pressure, it will be exerts all over the tin can. Why it will be crushed inwards? Means vacuum created is nothing but the air pressure inside the tin can, it will be reduces. So the air pressure inside the tin can, it is less than that of the air pressure outside the tin can. Okay, the air pressure inside the tin can will be very less as compared to the air pressure outside the tin can. So because of less air pressure, it will be crushed inwards. The tin can, it will be crushed inwards. Or else you can say that the air pressure outside the tin can is higher than that of the air pressure inside the tin can. Yes, we have observed that when you are boiling the water in a tin can, here water is converted into water vapor or steam. Then this steam, it will pushes out the most of the air present in the tin can. What it will happen when suddenly cold water is poured over the tin can? Immediately steam is condenses into water, creating an empty space. Vacuum is created inside the tin can. As we know, the air pressure, it will be exerts on the tin can from all the sides. When you are pouring the cold water, immediately because of the less air pressure inside the tin can, it will be crushed inwards. Means here the air pressure inside the tin can, it is less than that of the air pressure outside the tin can. This is the reason why the tin can, it will be crushed inwards after pouring the cold water. So suppose you are not getting the tin can, you can do this activity by using the plastic bottle. First experiment, it will shows that air it will be exerts pressure. Let us do this activity by using the plastic bottle. Fill it half with hot water. Empty it immediately. Close the cap of the bottle tightly. Now pour the cold water over this bottle. Yes, you will notice that when you pour cold water over the bottle, it will be crushed inwards. Right? So why does it will be crushed inwards? Now let us discuss. From the second activity, we have noticed that when you fill the bottle with hot water and empty it, the air inside the bottle becomes hot. As we know, hot air it will expands and rises up, creating the low pressure area. Nothing but the air pressure inside the bottle it will be reduces as compared to the air pressure outside the bottle. Okay. After capping, when cold water is poured over it, the warm air inside the bottle it will cools. So it will cools nothing but cool air it will be contracts, occupying the less space. So the air pressure inside the bottle it will be reduces. Air pressure outside the bottle is higher than that of the air pressure inside the bottle. And also we know that cold air occupies the less space and warm air it will be occupies the more space. So as we have discussed in the last activity, here also same process it will be taking place. There is a variation in air pressure inside the plastic bottle and outside the plastic bottle. Because of this variation in air pressure, the bottle it will be crushed inwards. Everyday life we face many examples where air exerts pressure. Let us discuss the first example. While riding a bicycle in the direction of wind, it is easy to ride the bicycle, right? If the wind flow is in opposite direction, it is very difficult to ride. So why it is very difficult to ride the bicycle? This is because wind it will create air pressure in the opposite direction. So you are getting difficulty to ride the bicycle in the direction where wind speed is in opposite. Okay. Let us see the next example. Might have experienced that is while filling the air inside the bicycle tube, it becomes tight. If you continue filling the air inside the bicycle tube, what it will happen? It will be burst. So why does it will be burst? Means here there is too much of air pressure inside the tube, so that it will be burst. Next example, as we have observed that the leaves of the trees, paper, flags, they move when wind flow is due to the air pressure. Next example you can consider when balloons get inflated when you are filling air inside the balloons. So if you are continue to filling the air inside the balloons, what it will happen? The balloons they will be blast. Why does they will be blast? Means here too much of air pressure inside the balloon makes the balloon to blast. This is the reason. So these are the few examples. Yes, from the second activity we came to know that air it will be exert pressure. So this is the first characteristics of air. Same principle it will be applied when hot air balloons they are flying in the air. Look at this picture. In hot air balloons, downside there is a fire source is there. When we on this fire source, the air inside the balloon becomes hot and rises up. Nothing but here the hot air it will be expands, so it is lighter. This makes the balloon to move upside. This also shows that hot air rises up. Yes, now we will discuss the next property of air, that is high speed winds are accompanied by the reduced air pressure. We will discuss this property of air by doing one of the activity. So now we will do the activity 8.2. To do this activity, we need a plastic bottle and a small piece of paper. Let us do an activity. Crumble a small piece of paper into ball size smaller than the mouth of an empty bottle. bottle is less. It will be reduces the air pressure as compared to the air pressure inside the bottle. So inside the bottle the air pressure is high. Why it is high is here inside the bottle the speed of the wind is very low is there. So because of the low wind speed and the high air pressure, the bottle it will be pushes the ball outside. From this activity we came to know that if the wind speed is high, it will be reduces the air pressure. If the wind speed is low, then it will be increases the air pressure. The air pressure it will be high. Now we will do the next activity, that is activity 8.3. To do this activity we need 2 balloons and 1 stick. Let us do the activity 8.3. Take 2 balloons of approximately equal size. Put little water into the balloons. Inflate the balloons and tie each on a string. And these 2 balloons with an equal distance. Now blow in the space between the balloons. So in this space you have to blow the air. Yes, my dear children, you have to observe when I blow the air, the balloons they will be moved towards each other. Let us check once. Yes, why does they move towards each other? Now let us discuss. So when I blow air, the speed of the air it is high. So because of the high speed is nothing but the reduced air pressure, means in between this space the air pressure it will be very less is there. Okay, if you compare the air pressure on the side of the balloons, on the side of the balloon the air pressure it will be high is there, because here the wind speed is low and the air pressure it will be high. As we know, air it will be moved from the high pressure area towards the low pressure area. Okay, when I blew air in between the space between the balloons, air pressure it will be decreased. So the wind it will be moved towards the high pressure area to the low pressure area. You have observed that when I blow in between the space of the balloons they will be moved towards each other. So why does they will be moved towards each other? Because here when I blowing the wind speed is high, nothing but the air pressure in between the 2 balloons is less. If the wind speed is high, the air pressure it will be low as compared to the side of the balloons. Here the side of the balloons wind speed is low, nothing but they are having the high air pressure. Okay, the wind it will be moved from the high pressure area towards the low pressure area, so that when I am blowing air in between the space of the balloons, because of the less air pressure as compared to the other side of the balloons, they will be moved towards each other. Now we will do the next activity, that is activity 8.4. To do this activity we need a paper strips. Hold a strip of paper in between the thumb and the forefinger. Now blow over the paper. Look at this picture. When you are blowing over the paper, you will notice that the paper strip it will went upwards. Why does the paper strips it will be went upwards when you are blowing over the paper strips? Because here blowing air over the paper it will be reduces the air pressure. When you are blowing over the paper, the wind speed is high, nothing but the air pressure it will be less as compared to the other end of the paper. At the other end of the paper the wind speed is low, nothing but it is having the high pressure area. Okay, as I said before, air it will be moved from a high pressure area to the low pressure area. Paper it will be moved from upwards, it will went upwards. Why means here the wind it will move from the high pressure area below the paper rushes to went upwards. From this activity we came to know that the high speed winds are accompanied by the reduced air pressure. If the wind speed is high, then it is having the low pressure. The wind speed is low, then it is having the high pressure.